Hello, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to our weekly team call, which, just so you know, next week changes to Monday. Yes, Hair on Fire. This shirt will be in Orlando for those who would like to purchase one. These are incredible t-shirts, Twist and Mist. And of course, everybody's asking about it, right? It is the world's first nano emulsion xanthone product. And pretty powerful. A lot of exciting things happening with XanthoMyst, and we're going to be talking about some of those things here tonight. But before we get started, I'm going to share my screen real quick. We're going to go to our recent posts here, and we're going to go to today's team updates. There's a lot of news that we want to share. All right, big things coming. We've been talking about these big things that are coming. I've been privy to conversations about some of these big things for a while, since July, and I'm just so excited. It's like it's go time all over again. They're going to start being announced soon. So here's the timeline. This is all over the next few days. Tomorrow, there's a special call to 10K leaders and above. If you're a 10K leader and above, you would have received an email. Make sure that's on your calendar. You set your alarm. You do not miss that call. But then after that, everyone that's going to be in Orlando is going to be really the first to hear outside of these 10K leaders. And the 10K leaders are only hearing about one thing, by the way, tomorrow. There's 3 big announcements being made. And all 3 of the announcements are going to be made on an all-call Sunday night, 6 o'clock Pacific, 9 o'clock Eastern. This is going to come out in email from corporate for all members. So we want to put that on our calendar right now, too. So there'll be 3 major announcements. I'm so excited about all of them. And all 3 of these things, only one of them is going to be talked on the leaders call tomorrow. However, all 3 things will be announced and trained on at the event in Orlando. So if you've been sitting on the fence about whether or not you're going to Orlando, this would be a reason to go. Because when a call comes out, it might be a half an hour, 45 minutes of information. But when you're there for 2 days at an event and there's going to be speakers and you're going to want to be there and you can ask questions and make sure you're absolutely clear. So these things are all happening this week. And right after Sunday night's announcement from corporate, Monday night is the first night of our new team night calls. Every Monday night now we're switching, same time, but Monday nights. And our first guest on Monday night is our president, Kevin Fournier. Kevin is going to recap all of the announcements that were made throughout the previous few days and be available on our call to answer any questions that we have. So you want to make sure that if you're not in Orlando, you are on the call on Sunday night. You'll get an email about it. And then write your questions down and bring them to our team night, a call on Monday night. And Kevin will answer all of those questions for you. So I'm very excited. So if you don't have the details on Orlando, that's this weekend, Friday and Saturday. Here it is on the blog. We'll just post right or click right here and you'll see all of the speakers and the time and everything. And all of the events will be trained on. So excited. All right. The next big events, we're going to just keep talking about events for a minute, is Mexico, the grand opening of Mexico. It's in Monterrey and it is the 6th and the 7th. The 7th is the major event for all people, all customers, clients, members. On the 6th, it's a special leadership dinner for 10Ks and above. You would have received an invitation. So this is what's happening in Mexico. You want all the details. Maybe you've got some good people down there. You want to fly down there and be part of that. Monterrey is a place I have not been, but I plan to be there as we grow our business throughout the country. Very exciting things happening. All right, Thousand Oaks, California. Right after Orlando, we're going to go into some meetings. So this is a private home meeting, and therefore I'm saying this is a thing. If you want to go, please text me so that we can, make sure that we have enough seats. Because if we had too many people wanting to go, we're going to move into a hotel. But I think there's enough room to launch in Thousand Oaks at a home meeting, and that's what the plan is right now. So there's going to be an opportunity meeting on Thursday night, November 2nd. And then on Saturday, the 4th, we're going to be doing a training, and David DiArcangelo is coming. So that'll be exciting for anybody in California to be able to meet him and learn more about XanthoMyst, a product, and maybe some things in the pipeline. All right, so that's happening. Next is Detroit, Michigan. We have our CEO, Stuart Finger, is going to go out to do an event. It's hosted by Dr. Ahmad Tutla and Ann Van Brussel. All the information is here on the site. It's going to be at the Detroit Metro Airport And boy, if you got anybody in the Detroit area, you want to get them out to that event. It's going to be fantastic. All right, Las Vegas. We've been talking about Las Vegas. We've had dates saved. It was going to be a team regional. It's now going to be a CTFO corporate event. It's going to be the weekend before. So it'll be January 19th and 20th. This will be for all members of the CTFO, sponsored by corporate. And we are going to have an extra day, a Power Players team event that we'll be announcing as well as soon as we get the details on the venue from CTFO. All right, great videos. We love our videos every Tuesday night. Stuart Finger, he does an opportunity presentation. And I got a message actually from Ann Van Brussel telling me that he just nailed this one. So good. And this is the most recent biz op. And of course, there's lots more on the CTFO channel. You just simply log into your back office and go to webinar replays, and you can catch any webinar. So I might show that to you because some people get confused about where to find replays. They're in your back office, myctfo.com. Log in. On the left-hand menu towards the bottom is a link that says webinar replays. And when you go there, you can see the last Super Saturday, you can see the last Thursday night product call, the last Tuesday night opportunity meeting, and you can see the Spanish webinars as well. So make sure that you're doing that, tuning into them. And I've got the last one posted here. Team call archives. Again, we record our calls. They are on the archive page, so this call will be there. And we've got a customizable PowerPoint. It's the presentation that Stuart uses when he does his Tuesday night calls. We've added a couple extra team slides and a couple of extra mangosteen slides, but they're there. And then we encourage you to use that and make it yours. Add a slide of yourself and other members of the upline that you're a part of your team so that you can promote the team. People like to be part of a whole team of successful people. So with that, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And what I really wanted to do on tonight's call, because we can't make any announcements right now, they're coming over the next few days. I just want you tuned into those, and I want you tuned in on Monday night and to be able to ask any questions that you have. But here is what I believe completely. There are people on this call, several that I see, that have earned more than $1 million promoting a mangosteen product. Mangosteen's in our DNA. It's in our heart and soul because lives have been changed all over the world as a result of mangosteen. And now we've got this incredible mangosteen product that gets so many more xanthone molecules directly into the bloodstream, and the results that people are experiencing are incredible. So I've got one person on the line right now that's agreed to share with us. We actually heard her story a few weeks ago, but unfortunately the call did not record. And I'm confirming now, yes, it is recording. Don't want to ever make that mistake again, especially with such a powerful personal experience. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to promote, there she is, Shawn Clark. I'm going to promote her to panelist. She can turn on her mic and she can turn on her camera and she can share with us. And while she's doing that, I want to invite anyone else here that's on the call. If you'd like to share a personal product experience or a business experience, if you've got results with the product of the business, raise your hand and I'll call on you after Shawn. So Shawn, thank you so much for joining us here again.
Thank you so much for having me.
Awesome. I wanted to make sure your audio and stuff was good, so I'm going to turn it over to you in a sec. But I understand I just got a text from David D'Arcangelo, and I got to read this because he asked me for people with great experiences, and I gave him your name. He just sent me a text a half an hour ago. Collie did a webinar with Shawn. We can build $1 billion business with just her story. Oh
my God.
I agree.
Oh,
I'd
man.
like to turn it over to you right now to share your experiences with XanthoMyst.
Okay, well, I'm no stranger to xanthones because I know the power of xanthones for the past 16 years. So I knew when this product was presented to me, I jumped all over it because I knew how xanthones had worked in my life for years. And that was always really positive. But now there's this new delivery system. That's a whole new thing. And so it gets to the destination like 4 seconds. It's a completely different ball game altogether. And it has meant the world to me. I came to xanthones in general through Zango juice because of my multiple sclerosis. I've had it for 26 years, going on 27 years, and it has done everything that multiple sclerosis does to a person. And as I sit here, I'm sitting in a wheelchair right now, but for a long time I was not. But for the past 12 of the 26 years, I've been in a wheelchair, and I'm basically paraplegic. And it's been a long, tough journey, but xanthones have really, really aided me throughout that journey. And that's how I came to it. But now with XanthoMyst, I had no idea what was in store at that point. Um, First of all, I came to it having nerve pain for the first time. Well, that's a thing of the past. The pain is handled, it's solved, it's a goner. So whatever pain people have, just know it can go away. So that's gone. Then sleeping gets better. So that's a non-issue. Sleeping is fine. With my mom, who's 91 years old, her kidney numbers are getting better and better and better. So that's of great relief to us. We were worried about her kidneys. And my sister, who's 57 years old right now in menopause, and she's getting better. So the menopause is like a non-issue anymore for her. And so, but the biggest story that I'm excited to tell everybody here is that I've been in this wheelchair for 12 years. I've been working ever since COVID sent me home, and I took an early retirement from the university because of COVID. But I still worked throughout being paraplegic, and I was still active in doing. But now, because of XanthoMyst since April, as of last month, September, that's 5 months of just moderate use. I didn't know about the loading dose yet, just moderate use. My feet are moving and my legs are starting to move. And I didn't know that that was possible. And I started seeing that happen. And different friends of mine have witnessed the fact that my left foot goes up and down like this, and my right foot goes less, because any neurological illness always clobbers your dominant side worse. So this is slower, but this is going. And now, even since 2 weeks ago, now my legs are starting to move out, kind of rotate a little bit like that from the knee. I don't have any words to talk about that. I'm staying calm. I'm staying just even tempered and watching this happen and trying to see if I can load up a little bit more, because I'm excited about this. But I had no idea that this was even possible. I knew about xanthones, like I said. I knew that they were amazing, and I knew that there were no side effects, no risks, and all benefits. But this is a whole different thing. This has got a paraplegic walking, not walking, but like moving. And I've got friends coming over to see my feet move. So I'm really thrilled. Like I said, my mom and my sister and I are thrilled to pieces. I'm telling everybody I know, this is a whole new thing. And I can't wait to share that with other people. I tell everybody I know, because this was something I just had put out of my mind, like this. I have MS. This is my life. This is what I live in a chair. This is what I have to do. Oh, well, okay, stuff happens. But now to even let my heart just let it in, that there could be actual movement, there could be actual recovery. Who knows? I'm not going to jump the gun, but all I can say is I'm doing this, and I'm doing this, and I'm doing that. And I'm pretty excited about it. So I'll stop unless you have other questions.
Oh, there probably is questions people are going to ask. So ask them now, folks. It's such an amazing story. I was talking to Dr. Templeman today, and Dr. Templeman and David D'Arcangelo are doing some stories. Was Dr. Templeman on the call with you today, Shawn?
Yes.
Yes.
We had a private conversation, and he, being an MD, he quizzed me a lot on the course of my MS and its origin and how far it goes back. I realized it goes back as far as 4 years old with me. So it wasn't something that came on in adulthood. There were signs of neurological abnormalities when I was like 4 years old. And so he really delved into that with a lot of questioning. And Dr. Templeman is a very wonderful communicator, a really good listener, and he's obviously a very dedicated medical professional. And I hadn't had a conversation like that with an MD in a long time. So that was really nice. I really appreciated that. And he just kind of was very encouraging and gave me a lot to look forward to, a lot to be hopeful about, because she says for the xanthones to be this effective with you, we only can look forward to the future to see what could happen next. And I said, okay, yay.
That's awesome. And I know there's other people they're doing some calls with so that we can have an archive of product experiences to share with other people. He asked me questions too, and he quizzed me. And I just said, all I know is I was just sitting there in shock and amazement as I listened. I wasn't taking notes because I thought it was being recorded. And then I was going to go back and take the notes because you just said so many amazing things. And he started quizzing me. And I said, no, you just got to quiz her. I don't know. And then after he got off the phone with you too, he's just said what a wonderful conversation he had with you. And, thank you so much for connecting and with you. Yeah. And I'm so excited, not just for your personal results. I'm so excited for what this can mean to the world, because we know what mangosteen can do. We've seen what it's done in a less potent form that takes a lot longer to get, to do the work. But the stories that are coming in right now, my heart is full to be able to be a part of it. So thank you so much for sharing your story with us.
My pleasure.
And let me just see, does anybody have a question? I don't see the ask a question before I let you go. I do remember questions last time after we let you go was wanting to know what that dose was. So you were saying that you weren't doing the loading dose, but what were you doing?
This was before loading dose. So I was doing the 2 in the morning and 2 in the evening. Sometimes it ended up being stretching to 4 or 5 in the morning, 4 or 5 in the evening. But that was it, nothing loading. And I've been doing more loading recently since hearing how beneficial that is. But really, I didn't know about that then. So I did what the protocol was at the time. And so who knows if I had started loading, back in April, who knows where I'd be right now? Don't know. So, and my mom and my sister are loading as we speak. So they're getting their results. They're learning as they go, because I told them now, but I didn't know back then.
All right. I have one more question for you, because I've noticed that you're really doing well in the business. Looks like you're sharing the XanthoMyst with a lot of people. Can you just tell everybody what it is that you say to share with people? Let's say it's somebody who does not know your personal story and you're just meeting somebody and you want to share XanthoMyst. What are you saying to them?
Well, I do have a personal email that I send to everybody who remembers me drinking the juice and remembers me from 16 years. So I have an email for that. But anytime I know about somebody in pain, because that's what people go to the doctor, because they're in pain. And if I let them know that there's a really safe, effective way without side effects to basically quell your pain, and to deal with inflammation, which is pain, arthritis and sciatica and fibromyalgia and all this stuff, that's pain, pain, pain. And I'll say, I know nerve pain, because that's why I started using this. And so that's kind of where I go. If I know of somebody who's in pain, that speaks to people, because people go to the doctor more for pain than anything else. So that's how I kind of approach it in speaking with people. I just had lunch with someone the other day who started off with the pain, but then as I began to tell my story, she started pointing out all these other things. And I said, well, you know something? All I can tell you, 11 different body systems and 12 different organs are going to be better because you just squirt, squirt, squirt. I said, you owe it to yourself to give it a shot. She says, send me the letter, send me the email, send me the stuff, let me know. So just have chit chats with people. And I like people. I like conversing with people and having lunch with people and relating to people. So it doesn't take much to just kind of have a conversation, because everybody's got something. And so you can just take it from a lot of different ways and let them know, well, this happened to me, and this is happening to my mom, and this is happening to my sister, this is happening to my friend. Just FYI, give it a shot. Squirt, squirt, squirt.
I love it. That is just absolutely perfect. Thank you so much. All right. Now I do have a couple questions that are coming in. So if you got questions, everybody get them in now so we don't let her go and then you have questions. So somebody wanted to clarify the pain. So you still had pain before started XanthoMyst, even though you've had benefits. Your life was better with mangosteen.
Yes.
It's completely gone better now.
But the pain was a new thing here in 2023. Pain was a new thing. And I had gone through 25 years of MS never really had the pain. And there's a prominent star who started off with just excruciating pain. He was clobbered with pain. And I felt so bad for him because I never had that. And this year, oh man. And it's just like somebody's taking a knife and stabbing you in the legs and stabbing you in the heels and the ankles. And they're just taking it like a knitting needle.
Oh, Shawn, you just muted. We just lost your volume. All right, you're muted, Shawn.
I did that inadvertently. Sorry.
Okay, there you go.
Okay,
so
okay.
we just lost you with the stabbing pain, and then
and to have that literally, okay, you do a few squirts and you're like, okay, and then you look up and 4 hours have gone away and you've done your work and you've done your thing and you forgot, oh, there wasn't any pain. So that was what I realized, is that I would do that I would just keep doing my thing and doing what I was doing. And I realized the whole day went by and I didn't have any pain. And it's just very subtle. It's not real dramatic, but little by little, it just kind of goes away. And I was really pleased about that. So the lunch I was having with my friend the other day, that really spoke to her, because she's really having excruciating back pain and all kinds of things happening. I said, well, it's worth a shot. The thing is, for me, it's not going to hurt you. And that was my big criteria with my, I'm a cancer survivor. I'm also an MS handler. I handle it in MS. I beat the cancer. But the thing is, my whole criteria was, it can't hurt me. It may or may not help. I can forgive it if it doesn't help. Okay, we'll see. But it cannot hurt me. And that was the thing, because there's so much out there that can hurt you. And I've been hurt enough. So I said, let me give this a shot. And it didn't hurt me. And it really helped. So it's worth it just for that. It's not going to hurt you. Give it a shot. It's not going to hurt you. And most times it's going to help a lot. It's going to help a lot.
That is powerful. What great words. Whenever considering any treatment, we should not consider something that is going to hurt us. Look for things
my body. I don't let it in my body if it's going to hurt me.
Absolutely. Wonderful. Okay, we got a lot of people asking questions. And I'll just answer them this way. There's stories that are coming like Shawn's. Dr. Templeman has been working with David for months now with specific patients who are not members of CTFO, just customers only, people who are not doing the business, because Dr. Templeman wanted pure testimonials. So even though we are getting wonderful testimonials from our members who are doing the business, and this one is incredible, and we're going to get lots and lots more of those, he's also doing some from pure customer only and working with this loading dose so we can really make the recommendations. And there's going to be some results and findings coming soon and stories coming. So when people are always asking, what do you send? Well, obviously you send the video, right? You send the XanthoMyst video.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. What else do you send in addition to it? I mean, once we have an arsenal of product stories, we're going to send a few testimonial videos as well.
Yes.
What else do you send in addition to
that? A couple of testimonial videos. And there's a place where there's a listing of all the systems of the body that are impacted by the xanthones. And I took that and I copied it, all the things. And Dr. Templeman said he was assured that it was impacting all these systems of the body and all these organs. So I made up my own handout about that. And I quoted him. And I said, so for me, I go, well, I don't have all the money in the world. So I was having some overlap. So I was able to discontinue so far 8 different supplements, because I know that all those organs and all those systems are being impacted very effectively. And my body responds very, very consistently to the xanthones. My original practitioner who got me to use the xanthones for the first time says, your body really likes this. So keep doing this. And she was right. So all these years later, my body really does like this. And it really responds to this. And it's been great.
All right, that is so awesome. And I think we're going to leave it with that. We're almost at the 30-minute mark. Next week's call Monday night will not be, we're trying to keep the calls to 30 and then Q&A. So his presentation and information that Kevin gives may be 30, but he's going to stick around for us and get through any of the questions we have. So make sure everybody next week that you tune in, make sure that you're paying attention, make sure you're checking your email from CTFO. Make sure if you're a 10K or above, you know about the call tomorrow and you've got that invitation to it. Make sure that you know that there's an email coming about the Sunday night call. And if you're in Orlando, you are lucky because you're going to get some firsthand personal and in-depth training and information. Very exciting for everything. So thank you, Shawn, for joining us here again tonight. So happy I didn't forget the recording. It's just so powerful. And we got more than just your story anyway, because now we got a lot more in depth, and I really appreciate the time you share with us.
My pleasure.
All right. Thanks, everybody. And we'll see you next Monday night, new time, same channel. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.